Hi guys, how y'all doing out there today? I'm just doing my Thursday check-in. For any of you that have not been following me, my name is Stephanie Nielsen, and this week I am talking to you about the questions that you are asking yourself. Tony Robbins says that the quality of your life is a direct reflection of the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. So this week I've been going through the 5 pillars, if you will, for a rounded life. And, on Monday we talked about faith and the questions that you ask yourself around faith. Tuesday we talked about self-development and your mental health and the questions that you're asking yourself there. Wednesday we talked about relationships, and today, Thursday, we're going to talk about finances. If anybody hasn't seen any of my other videos, feel free to check them out on my page, stephanienielsen.ca here on Facebook. And they've also been posted on my group, Overcoming Obstacles and Other Life Hacks. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Thanks for joining. So anyways, as I said, today I want to talk about finances. So what questions are you asking yourself about finances? I think this is a really, really important topic to be discussing right now, especially in light of everything that's going on and how many people are being negatively affected financially because of the circumstances. If anybody had tuned into the video series that I did last week, I did share a little bit about my own personal experience after the 2008 economical crash and how that really affected me financially and emotionally and spiritually, and how at a time where it felt like it was just probably one of the most difficult times that I had ever gone through, it actually was a blessing in disguise and set me up differently financially, emotionally, and spiritually moving forward. And that's what's put me in the position that I am in today, where I'm able to reach out as I am and share some of the things that I've learned in my journey with y'all, and see if maybe that can help you guys make some different choices moving forward. So back to the questions around finances. So one of the things that I think that we should be asking ourselves right now is, what is the reality of our current situation? Because I think that sometimes we see things more negatively or more optimistically than what they really are. So I think it's important that we get clear and real about our financial situation during this time. The second thing that we should be asking ourselves are, what are some of the non-critical expenses that I can get rid of? As I had said last week, for a lot of us ladies, a lot of our non-critical expenses like our nails and our hair and so on and so forth has gone to the wayside just because of the nature of what we're living right now. But on top of that, there's other expenses that have been eliminated as a result of this shutdown. Things like our entertainment expenses, our shopping, our fuel. So, there's a little bit of funds there that could be allocated into different areas as a result of what we're experiencing right now. The other thing that I think that we maybe should be asking ourselves are, where can I alter my financial position to gain more control and more security? I think it's really interesting that so many of us, including myself up until recent years, we don't put a lot of our attention on our finances. So many of us look at our finances as something that makes us uncomfortable, and we kind of just ostrich ourselves. We bury our heads and only peek up looking when we need to. But if we can really get clear and honest with ourselves about where we're at financially, it might open up different areas that we can look at. Like I said, with the result of some of these expenses, maybe there's some funds there that can be allocated in different ways. Right now, if anybody has the opportunity, really watch the stock market and pay attention. Do your research now. I've got a list of stocks that I'm watching, and when the time is right, I'm going to invest and see if I can't make a little bit of progress there. Again, I don't have a lot to invest, but at least I'm learning. And once you start, you grow. So this is something that's really important to consider. Another thing that I think is a really good question to be asking ourselves is, are there any opportunities that I can identify as a result of the shutdown that maybe I didn't consider before? As I had said again in my series last week, when I was talking about finances, a lot after the 2008 crash, there's a lot of really big companies came out of that. Uber, Snapchat, Instagram, I can't remember them all on the top of my head, but there were a lot of great companies that came out of that economical crash. So look around you and see if there's maybe some kind of opportunity that might come out for you because of what we're experiencing right now. So, those are 5 good questions to be considering, and I'm sure that you can come up with a lot more. I saw a post the other day and I thought that this was really insightful. As a matter of fact, I think I put it on my story. After this pandemic is over and we start to get back to normal life, 97% of us will probably just go back to the way things were. We'll go back to complaining about our job. We'll go back to overspending. We'll go back to not having a plan for the future. But 3% will change as a result of what we're living through right now. And those 3%, they will start investing differently. They will look for opportunities. They will have a plan in place. So, ask yourself, who do you want to be coming out of this? Do you want to go back to the way things were, or do you want to use this situation as an opportunity to change and move forward in a more positive direction? Another thing that I came across, and it has the word finances or currency into it, but I also think it's another perspective that we need to consider. It says energy is currency. When you pay attention to something, you are buying an experience. It's an investment. So spend carefully and only on things that will bring you a good return. Be selective. Time equals money, and that make sure that brings equality and value. So again, I just thought that was something really interesting too, because we're all shut down right now. We have more time than we probably ever have, even those of us that are working from home. So how are you spending that time? Are you wasting it, or are you investing it? So again, think about that. And then another thing to consider is, what should you invest in? So, and this is just a normal practice. This has got nothing to do with these times that we're in right now. But if you are looking to invest, the number one thing to invest in is yourself. They say that knowledge is something that can never be taken from you, and it will be the new currency moving forward. And I believe that is true. The more you know, the better off you're going to be. So invest in yourself, learn, grow, develop. I've been doing it for years, and it's amazing, because once you start on the journey of self-development, it just it grows exponentially. So invest in yourself and invest in stocks. I mean, you can invest in stocks for as little as, $100 or less, depending on what you're investing in. I mean, there's stocks out there that are penny stocks. There's stocks out there, good company stocks that are $5 and up a share. I know Ford right now is really decreased. They're at just over $5 a share. Same with GE. Those are 2 companies that are going to bounce back. They're synonymous with the United States of America, and I think that those are 2 stocks to really pay attention to. Anyways, I'm not going to give stock advice. This is a new thing that I'm learning too. But anyways, just to let you think about the fact that we often look at things and think, oh, we can't do that. We don't have enough. No, you can start with a very small investment and let it grow. And then the third thing to invest in is real estate. So if you have a little more money and you can come up with your 5% down, get yourself property if you don't own a property already. If you can get some rental properties under your belt, that's a great investment. If you can get some bigger multiplexes, that's an even better investment. But those are 3 areas that you really should invest in and get secure there before you start to do things like buy fancy cars or buy mansions or go on big exorbitant vacations. So, priorities is really important. So, I think that's about it for today. Those were kind of my thoughts around investments and such. Again, if anybody has any questions or if they want to reach out or if there's something specific that you want me to talk about, by all means, I really appreciate everybody that shows up and is watching. I give you a wave to everybody there. And again, I just want to say that I've got my 21 Days to Gratitude as a free download on my website at stephanienielsen.ca. Anybody that's been following me knows that I'm a big believer in gratitude and looking for the positives in life. So during this pandemic, I have that offered as a free gift on my site. If you want the hard copy, if it's something you prefer, you can get that. That's available too. And so is my book, Zen Matters. That's another book. It just talks about my journey as to where I came from to where I am today, and the different things that I implemented in order to achieve what I've achieved to date. And maybe they might be some of the things that you might be interested in implementing too, overcoming obstacles and such. So anyways, website, stephanienielsen.ca, Insta at stephanienielsen.ca, Facebook page, stephanienielsen.ca, just in case anybody doesn't know my name by now. You can also follow my group on Facebook, Overcoming Obstacles and Other Life Hacks. And then I also have a Twitter account that I'm not very good with, as I say every day, but if anybody wants to follow me or help me get better or build my following with me, it's at Stevie Creates. So, hey Jay, how you doing? Thanks so much for your feedback. So I guess that's it, guys. I just wanted to do a quick check-in, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about how are you taking care of yourself physically. I hope you tune in for that too. And until then, I hope you guys have a great night and stay safe, in peace and in love. Ciao, ciao.